You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
What a beautiful day for horses in the morning.
You are listening to the #1 horse podcast in the world. Here's your entertaining look at the horse world and the people in it.
Well, good Monday morning, everybody. I am Glenn the Geek in Ocala, Florida.
I'm Jamie Jennings in Norman, Oklahoma. You're listening to Horses in the Morning on the Horse Radio Network for Monday, July 29th, episode 3485, brought to you today by WERM Flooring. Good morning, horse people.
Well, nothing happened over the weekend. Everybody was bored. Nobody was getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, it was fine.
We're going to have a little bit of an Olympic update here. Of course, eventing just finished, and we'll be getting ready for dressage and then jumping. We're also going to find out today how Charly made out with Taco Tuesday, if you heard Friday's show. Also, longtime listener and auditor Andrea Dayy shares the first song she's ever written and performed, and she sent it to us. She's so proud. She'd been listening to us for like 10 years, and she knew we played songs, and I said, yeah, sure, come on, we'll play your song. Plus, we have Devin Conley, who's actually works for eventing or for Equine Network, and you found her.
Well, she is the person who makes like TikTok and Facebook videos, and they're all funny because she's very clearly a horse chick and makes videos about either things horses do or conversations horses have with each other. We're going to play one. And I remember I emailed Ashley and I was like, hey, you have to find this person. She has to be on our show. The videos kill me. They're so funny. And she's like, challenge me. She works for our company. I was like, what? So turns out she works for Equine Network and was fairly easy to get. So she's coming on today. I'm super excited because I feel like I'm meeting a celebrity today. This must be how kids feel with like YouTubers. Like,
or how a
like
certain little kid who came to see you over the weekend felt.
All right,
eventing. Wow, so many Olympic...
Let me just let people understand the sacrifice that I am making for them right now is I have it on my DVR. Like I've got it queued up and ready to watch. And I forgot that Glenn was going to spoil it for me this morning.
We kind of have to cover it. It's our job.
You're going to talk about it. Can I la la la? Can I close my ears for this?
No, but everybody else can. You can't.
Nobody's seen it yet, maybe. I don't know. I feel like you're spoiling it for everybody.
Yeah, but everybody's listening to this later in the day or tomorrow. So...
all of you
so skip ahead 5 minutes if you don't want to know. Skip ahead 5 minutes if you don't want to know.
Can I do
that? No, you can't do that. So I don't think it's any surprise. Congratulations to Great Britain, who won the team gold. And, I don't think that's a big surprise. That was pretty clear after show jumping or after cross country, and nothing really changed there. But France, home country, came in second, and Japan came in with their first medal in equestrian ever. So,
really?
Yes,
Ever?
Forever.
Yay.
First medal ever in a question.
Cool.
I was rooting for them the whole weekend just because they're kind of the underdog team. Had some nice riders, though. So, yeah, U.S. was in seventh as far as the team medals are concerned. And then, again, I go back to Shane Rose. Seeing him ride there after breaking 19 bones a few months ago, it's just incredible how tough.
I watched his cross-country ride. They're like, yeah, he just came off a broken femur and blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, my God. That guy is unbelievable.
And his wife was the one keeping the horse going and riding the horse. And when it was decided that she was going to be the one to keep the horse going while he was recuperating, he said to her, don't screw him up. I've spent a lot of time getting him this way. So.
How about don't screw yourself up, jerk?
Typical husband and wife. And then, of course, they finished out. Now, the way they did it this year was the individuals or everybody rode and then did the team competition.
Oh, God, you're spoiling all of this for me.
And then they did the 25 top individuals, had to ride a second time an hour later.
I'm not listening to this part. Okay. I got to turn.
You can go, yeah, la, 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 la. And for the third time and breaking another Olympic record, Michael Young won his third Olympic gold, which is the first time ever. And his final score of 21.8 is the best individual score in Olympic eventing history. So he won individual, did very well. He won in London in 2012. He won in Rio in 2016 and Paris in 2024. So congratulations to Michael Young. Great weekend. Okay, you can listen now.
Are you done?
Yes. But I do want to talk to you real quick. What'd you think of cross-country course? How much different could it be from Tokyo?
I thought it was so absolutely freaking stunning beautiful.
Oh,
like,
God, yeah.
Wow.
I guess
The
when you
shots-
start at the Palace of Versailles, you get a good place to start, right?
Oh my God, it was incredible. And when they did an overview of the track, and they kind of like had a map and they were drawing it, I was like, what is it? And it was it was kind of cool because it was really flat, which is why they kind of made it a little more technical, I guess. But every jump was gorgeous. The backdrop was amazing. The crowd seemed educated and into it. It was
large.
Yes, and very large. And the problem is having eventing first in the world of the Olympics. Everything else is so boring. I tried to watch other stuff yesterday. And I'm like, somebody is shooting a bow and arrow into a target, like with a machine. Like, I'm like, this is stupid. And then I watched swimming and I was like, this is like watching.
Can I tell you what I watched and really got into? And
What?
You're going to be shocked, but I don't know why I liked it. I don't know why. Skateboarding.
I haven't seen that. Is it cool?
It was kind of fun. Now, they're all like 12, 13 years old. I mean, they're all really young. But it was kind of fun to watch, actually.
Okay, I do want to see the breakdancing, just basically so I can make fun of it. But I just after watching cross country, I was like, how does not every single person tune in for this? Because it was absolutely just the vistas when they were galloping across the bridge. I thought there's no way that
I couldn't get Scooter to go across that bridge.
Oh no, they're just like, okay, just haul butt across it and gallop like it's all bit like we've done this every day of our entire life. And then, oh wait, let's do another one. Cool, let's go gallop across. It was absolutely incredible. Now, I will say that the coverage that I watched, I did not get to see one freaking Boyd Martin second. He was not on there. But I did see some riders. I was like, oh, that's Mike Winter. I trained with him when I was 19 years old. Oh my God. Like it was so, and it's so cool to see all the different countries. But God, well, I didn't even get to see Boyd go in the coverage. So I've been following his page.
Individual, about NBC. NBC's video, all the camera shots they had were great. The audio just sucked. And John's great. Lucinda's great.
See, I didn't see those. I saw the Melanie Smith Taylor and
there was two. You didn't see it because you didn't watch the full 4 hours. There was 2 feeds.
We only got 2 hours.
Yeah, there's 2 feeds. One was the full, and the other was the part they put on TV, which means you got the other commentators. But
I was watching it on YouTube TV. Yeah.
Yeah, the sound was so bad on the Peacock. You couldn't hear Lucinda half the time. They had the crowd too loud and the announcers too, and then they went away for like 20 minutes. They were completely gone.
Geez.
They just disappeared. I fast forwarded because it was really boring without them. And Lucinda is so funny. Watching her watch dressage and do the dressage, because you can, if you know her, and I have met her several times, and she's quite the card. But when she says, "Oh, that's so interesting," means that part sucked. I mean, you had to read between the lines of her politically correctness.
Yeah. She is definitely the iconic British equestrian. She's unbelievable.
But yeah, you were watching a different feed, actually.
I was watching YouTube TV because Peacock only plays my bedroom TV, and I didn't feel like I needed to make Caitlin snuggle up in my bed to watch it. So I will go back and watch the 4-hour version on Peacock. But again,
you're going to hate the sound. It's awful. It's awful.
But at least I could see some more of the riders because I only got the 2-hour version. But man, it was so exciting, and so yeah, I loved it. I loved the Olympics.
You enjoy show jumping, even though you know who won.
But I didn't listen to the final 25, so
Okay.
Hush now.
Okay. All right, let's do some Daily Whinnies and get on with the show, and then I guess we start talking about dressage coming up. I have to look again when that starts. I'm not exactly sure.
Is show jumping after dressage?
Yes, it's always last.
Okay.
Yep. Happy birthday to Lisa Lemke and Jamie Lay. We wish you a very happy birthday. Have a good time. And by the way, who were the announcers that were on the main feed that you talked about?
So it was Melanie Smith Taylor and the other guy who announces all of the Kentucky Derby, the pre-show stuff. I forget his name. I even looked him up.
Well, even
John, the same name as a football player.
Even John Kyle. Oh my God, those names of some of those people and horses were just tough. Yet he makes it sound like, I got this. I know. Remember what he told us on the air the one time? Just act like you know what you're doing. What you always tell me. Just fake it.
I tell you that all the time, yeah.
Just fake it. And I said to Jennifer, I said, well, however John says it becomes the official version. Because,
well, I mean, like you said, Jamie Lay, and you owned it, so I didn't want to correct you and say it's probably Jamie Lee.
Yeah, it could be Lemke, too.
Yeah, we don't know, but you owned it, and I just didn't. I wasn't going to say a word because I was so proud.
Oh, they'll let us know. They'll let us know.
I mean, if you were an auditor and you were seeing all the Facebook posts I was making about my weekend, like, oh my God!
And if you missed Friday's show about this, go back and listen to it.
Well, I just real quick, I had a young girl and her mom that are listeners accost me in Kentucky last April and say, and this little girl was like, Taco's mine. He's going to be mine. I was like, okay, sure. Like, he's not ready for that at all. And he's still real green, but I every time I post a video, people are trying to buy him. And so I just called him and I was like, tell me what you're looking for. What do you want? Because you guys clearly spoke up for him months ago. So tell me what you want. And they sent me videos of her riding. And I was, like, hey, this is going to be a step up for her. Yes, she's ready for a step up. Everything's great. So they flew in to meet Taco and they got here on Friday. And this is going to be the new norm for when I sell horses or when I buy horses. So they showed up on Friday and have been here the whole weekend. Caitlin is the one I was talking about. I didn't want to make her snuggle up in bed with me because we were just watching the Olympics after her daughter rode Taco all morning. So they have ridden Taco. They flew in on Friday, and every morning we've had rides, either trail rides or arena rides, or started in the round pen. And it is just, okay, let me paint you a picture. I can't touch Taco's mouth. When he came to me, he had lacerations in the corner. I'm doing it with my hands like you can see me. I had lacerations in his cheeks, like in the corner of his mouth from just being yanked on with this hard bit. You got to pull a horse real hard in the mouth to slice their cheeks, so I can't touch him on the mouth. And I've worked on it, and I'm just like, you know what? Like, we put food in our hand for the bit. Like, it's just the way it is. Put that horse in the cross ties. And I'm talking to her mom, and I look over, and she is kissing his nose and jiggling his lips with her finger. I was like, I'm sorry. You can't do that. He doesn't.
Did that make you mad?
I mean, kind of like I had to get over my toxic, jealous nature. I'm like, why is he acting like that with her? And I'm the one who saved you, you little a-hole. Like, I don't know what. But once I got past
you said it, I knew that made you mad.
Yes, I was like, I made mental note of it from Friday. I was like, good Lord. And like, she just walks out in the pasture and hugs him. And like, he doesn't go away from her. Like, he just like totally was like, this is my human. Thank you for serving me this perfect little human child to be my best friend. And it was absolutely amazing. Taco's default is to stop. So that is a really good quality. He doesn't take off. He doesn't
it's
buck.
Better
he
than
doesn't
scooters.
bolt. Yeah, exactly. Scooter would just run. Yeah. And so the hardest thing she has is sometimes getting him going, because if she loses her balance or pulls the rein at all by accident, he just stops.
Perfect.
Like, just stops. Yeah, it's amazing. But then she's like, go, go, go. And he's like, no, we're going to just stand here. Thank you. So that is the worst that he's done this whole weekend. We went on a trail. By the way, I had to go knock down spider webs before I went, and that's a whole nother horror story that I'm not going to tell you about because I can't relive it. So anyway, I had to clear the trail of cobwebs, and we took the horses out on the trail, and it was just beautiful and it was perfect. And this little child and this pony, it just, oh my gosh, it just swells your heart. Like, so, I mean, I'm basically, I asked them for what I have in him, which is just, I've got his purchase price. I had to ship him. I've had him chiropractor, body worker work on him. I've his teeth floated twice. Vaccine, all that. And I'm just like cover that. And because the whole point of this is just the ultimate satisfaction that I took this absolute mess of a scared, angry pony and just spent 6, 7, 8 months with him and found him a little girl of his own.
What do they say?
So
Every pony needs loved by a little girl. So.
And guess what? Obviously, they bought him this morning.
Well, congratulations to Charly. That's so exciting. After watching the videos, there was no question. You weren't taking that pony away from her.
Oh,
So.
I was like, I mean, Chad's like, what did they do? And I was like, you would have to pry that pony out of her cold, dead hands. Like, she is just absolutely over the moon. And the really, really awesome thing is her mom, Caitlin, is a very accomplished horsewoman.
Oh,
and watching her interact, she's her daughter's riding instructor and also teaches at the barn that they ride at. And they also have horses at home. She has been an eventer for a million years. I mean, she's younger than me, but whatever, it's fine. She is very accomplished and understands like kind of where he's at and how to gently progress him. And every morning we have seen massive, because he trots like a horse and she's been riding lesson ponies, Charly. And so like the first trot, she kind of squealed as she was on the lunge line with me. And she's like, oh, like, because it was faster than she's used to. This morning, she trotted him around my whole arena like nothing. Like just the amazing step up that they've done just in these 3 days. So new norm for horse buying and selling is everybody has to come spend the weekend with me.
Be careful what you ask for.
Well, I don't have anything for sale now, but yeah, like this has been so heartwarming because I won't sell a horse to a kid with like sight unseen, you know, like I won't do that. I mean,
especially this particular pony.
Well, yeah, I mean, and the cool thing is they got to see kind of all his quirks and, well, what I said was his quirks. And then he just basically shot me the middle finger and he's like, I'm perfect because I love her. But it was just really, really cool.
Congratulations.
So, yeah. So
to you and her.
Friend, I'm just so happy for them.
Well, this is why you started this project, was to find a pony that could find a girl.
Yes, yeah. Yes. And to see the fruits of my labor at the end of it, it's so soul satisfying, you know, like it's really cool. So I'm really excited.
When does
so
the
hauler picks him up next Tuesday.
Where's his new home? What state?
Indiana.
Oh, cool. Yay.
Yeah.
Well done, everybody. All right. Why don't you? I'm so happy. I'm so happy that all worked out because she was going to be devastated if it didn't. So.
Could you imagine? I mean, again, I would not have had them come this far out, you know, this far to see a horse that would be like one ride and be like, bye. Bye. No. But part of it, I didn't know how he would respond to a child. Oh, he responded to a child. Like he doesn't know me anymore. He doesn't care about me. He doesn't love me. All the work I did for nothing. Hey, she's like, by the way, when I hose him off, he's like always kind of like, I do him in the grass. So hopefully like I can kind of follow him with the hose. This darn she's spraying him like full force on with the hose. And he's like, oh, hi, I love you. He's just standing there. I'm like, this horse is such a liar. He's such you can't fly spray him, Glenn. I was trying to spray my hands and walk up to him and rub it on him, you know? He's like, no, you can't get that poison near me. This little girl's spraying her hands, walking up, rubbing him on the legs. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, good. Taco found his human.
Oh, it's so great. It's so great.
All right.
And by the way, I might have cried a few times, like watching how the connection, because there's just such a cool connection.
You cried? No.
No, I know that's weird.
All right, let's talk about worm flooring while I get our first guest on the line.
All right. Well, ditch the mats and upgrade to worm flooring systems. Is the constant struggle with heavy rubber mats getting you down? Yeah, because it sucks to, this is me on the side. It sucks to pull them out and clean the trailer floors and try to piece those jigsaw puzzle back. Do you crave a more durable, easy to clean flooring solution for your trailer, barn, or any space, commercial or residential? Say goodbye to rubber mats and hello to WERM flooring. The non-porous, slip-resistant rubber flooring and textured surface offers enhanced grip and prevents unwanted slipping. I've decided, Glenn, that when I win the lottery, it's going to be my barn aisle floor.
Oh, they'll do that. They
I
do
know.
that.
It's safe, seamless, durable. The WERM flooring system's the perfect choice for your trailer or all over your horse property. Visit wormflooring.com to find an installer near you. WERM flooring stands for We Eliminate Rubber Mats.
All right, let's meet one of our auditors. Her name is Andrea Dayy. She's been a listener, she says, for 9 years, and I think we've communicated with her in the past too. And she apparently wrote her first song. So I said, yeah, let's come on and talk to you about it. So let's get Andrea on. I'm going to find out why somebody decides they need to write a song. Where's that come from?
It's just funny because I'm experiencing this in life right now, so I'll tell you about mine later.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Andrea. How are you? You're on the air with us.
Oh, okay. Okay, sounds good.
What's up, girl?
Hey, how are you guys doing today?
Good. Where are you located, Andrea?
I'm in Rochester, Vermont.
Okay, Vermont. All right, good. And you said you've been listening, and I know you have because we've communicated in the past. You've been listening for a long time, right?
I think about 9 years now, yeah.
I know you became an auditor when we first started getting auditors.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yep.
Thank you for that. Thank you for your support and helping pay the bills all these years, too. We appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
So
you guys are great to listen to.
do you have a musical background? What makes somebody decide they're just going to write a song?
Well, that's a great question. So I did grow up with a musical family. My mom and my dad were in a band for I don't know how many years in my life, but then just over the last couple of years, I started to get into songwriting, and I was just driving down the road one day here in Vermont, and I got inspired by like the clouds that were like low, but right, like, you know, where the peaks are, you know, showing through, but like the clouds are below. And that's how I got inspired, and I just started writing it.
And you're singing it too, right? I assume.
Oh, yeah, that's me. And my mom is actually singing harmony.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that part. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you're a horse girl too, right?
Yes. So I grew up riding horses with my mom. I think when I was 7, we had a mule. We had a retired police horse from Washington, D.C., and unfortunately, my horse, when we got him, the retired police horse, he was 34 when we had to put him down.
Oh, that's old, though.
Yeah, I know. And so I kind of got out of it for, you know, I don't know, like 8 years. I went to college and everything. And then I moved here to Vermont. I was going to yoga one night, and this one girl says, "Hey, does anybody here ride horses? I've got 2 horses, and I need somebody to ride with." And I was like, "Well, I do."
You were like,
so,
me.
Yeah, I was like, pick me. And so I actually now own her second horse, and I've had him for almost 8 years now. So,
wow.
Yeah. His name is Chester.
Well, you have some great trail riding in your neck of the woods, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, really great trail riding. It was actually just I took him to my first Western dressage show like 2 weeks ago, so that was a big deal.
Hey.
I'm super excited about that.
Well, I want to play the song. This will be the first time. Jamie, you have not heard it, correct?
I have not heard it, no.
All right. So what I told Andrea after I heard the song is I pictured, and you're going to picture this now that when you listen to it, I pictured Clint Eastwood in his old Western days riding toward the mountain with the bad guys lining the ridge with rifles. And the last scene is one of them taking aim at him, and it fades to black. Now, let's see if you picture that too. What's it called?
Whispers of the Mountain.
Here we go. Whispers of the Mountain.
The whispers of the mountains, the whispers high and low, they call me from
you know what, Glenn, that was very brave of you to be like, I had somebody send me a song, I'm going to play it on the air. Like, what could possibly go wrong? And then, Andrea, for you to send it in and be that brave, that's awesome. That song was so good. I love me a song in minor keys. Like, woo, I love it.
Oh, thanks.
It was terrific.
I was like, well, if he doesn't like it, he won't play it, you know, whatever.
Who is who did the electric guitar solo?
So actually, we flew down to Music Row, and we flew down to Nashville, and we recorded it on Music Row at the 515 studio.
How cool is that?
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you strutting around Nashville being like, yeah, I'm here to record my song with, you know.
Oh my God, 100%. I didn't know that this was on my bucket list of things to do in my life, but yeah, I can definitely say that now. So, but that's actually the first song. This is the first song I've ever written too.
Wow. That's incredible. Way to go.
Your voice is so
thanks,
good.
thanks.
Your voice is great.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you. It's a big deal because for a long time I never sang in front of people. I was so self-conscious about it. And then, you get to a certain point of your age and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to do it.
Heck yeah,
and
man.
not worry about it.
Way to go. That's terrifying to go into that. You're in a studio with session musicians, I guess. And they're supposed to play along with you. And you're like, oh, I can't imagine the pressure. I can't breathe.
Oh, yeah.
It's so stressful.
It was nerve-wracking leading all the way up to it because it's like, I've never been in a recording studio before. These are people that do this for a living. Here I am writing my, first song ever, and I'm thinking I'm on cloud 9, and everybody else is like, oh yeah. But but it's really hard to get it out there and decide to continue to write. So I've got 4 or 5 other songs in the works.
You should.
So the hope is that by the end of next year, I'll have an EP or something.
I was going to say, you'll be dropping your LP by December. Come on.
Yeah, well, that's the hope. But they take a little bit longer to work out, especially because I don't play guitar. So when I wrote, all the songs I've written so far are just by what's in my head. I'm not playing along with any instruments.
Wow.
That's real cool. Well, I'm proud of you, Andrea. That's so cool that you've been listening to us forever and you recorded this. You fulfilling a lifelong dream, a bucket list goal. You did it, and you might do more. So please keep us up to date.
I'll put the link to Spotify where people can get that song if they want to go help support Andrea. I'll put the link to Spotify in the show notes. But Jamie, you know what else that means? Andrea has now sung in public, so come Radiothon time, we expect a song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better bring it. I will tell you this, Andrea, that my son, Lucas Country, is his YouTube channel. So anybody listening, go follow it for some amazing content. Usually there's a dog or two in a video game. But Lucas Country is his YouTube. He's trying to get up to 50 followers. So if anybody can go it, that'd be great. But
I will definitely go do that.
Well, he has decided. So I have this little music room up here in one of the rooms of my house, and I just got a piano. I play a little. I got some drums. I play little drums. I play a little guitar, and so I kind of set up this whole music room. And Lucas has decided that he's going to write a song and produce it and make a video for it. So
that's amazing.
Well, hang on. So he wrote some really great lyrics about owning dogs, and is actually really clever. And so then he decides to I got to talk quieter. He decides to put it to music. And so he plays this bit on piano and he plays a bit on drums. And then he takes a guitar, which he took guitar for 2 years, and he played one chord in the song. So one guitar chord hammering the guitar, one drum thing, and then a piano key, and he put it all together and then sung on top of it. And he's like, Mom, I don't understand why I did all that, and it sounds really bad. And I was like, Lucas, you're not a trained musician. You don't know how to play piano. You don't know how to play guitar. You don't know how to play drums. But he did it. And he was like, well, what do you think? And I was like, I think that it is very very amazing that you did all that.
Great, you did it.
I think it's great. And so he will be releasing this once he finishes the music video. And I'm proud of him for doing all of these things like together and everything. But oh girl, when Glenn said you had a song, I was like, oh God, I can't listen to anymore. And then it was good. So thank God.
Oh, good. Well, my dad is a musician, and he actually he has like 3 records on Spotify and all the streaming things. And so when I wrote the song, and I sang it for my dad, and my dad is the one that encouraged me he's like, this song is really great. We need to record it. So he's the reason why it's recorded.
Dad. Good for him.
Way to go, Dad.
So,
see, I'm going to be a supportive parent too. One
Obviously,
day my job is
Jamie's a
going to go,
sucky parent. Your dad's the great one.
he's way cooler than me.
But my dad would tell me, because I think that's what I was trying to say. It's like he told me years ago when things were not so great. And so he finally said this was good. So that's how
okay. So
I can
tough
gauge.
love.
I have a good, tough love is good, but it also is a great motivator.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
I was
Andrea,
like, maybe, Lucas, you should learn how to play the instruments before you
or give that to
create a
somebody else to
song.
play.
Like,
No details.
maybe, whatever, it's fine. It was a good job. A good job, yes.
Well done, Andrea. Thank you so much for writing to us. We're really glad you did. And let us know when the next songs come out, and we'll look forward to your Radiothon submission, too.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for playing it. Thanks to actually talk to you guys for the first time officially. So great. Have a good day.
If you
Andrea?
play this podcast through your car speakers, it's literally you have had your music on the radio.
That's
so
true.
There you go.
That's true.
Woo, great.
Andrea
Check
Dayy,
out
that's
the list, too.
Dayy, and the song is Whispers of the Mountain. Check it out on Spotify today. Thanks, Andrea.
All right, thanks. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was fun. We haven't done that in a long time, and it was so good. Well, there's more talk than
I really
ever.
feel like I wish that I had a clip of Lucas's song that we could play. But trust me, I will get it, and we will play at least
You can
5
look forward
seconds
to
of
that
it.
on Wednesday. On Wednesday.
Yeah. Hang tight.
I will wait anxiously.
Oh.
There's more
man.
talk than ever about the importance of probiotics in equine health, but not all probiotics are created equal. New Purina Systemic Supplement remains live and active after the pelleting process and throughout the digestive system, making it all the way to the hind gut. Systemic was designed to support normal recovery after exercise and occasional gastrointestinal stress. Whether you're using a probiotic now or not, it's time to use the live and active supplement from the name you can trust, the new Purina Systemic Probiotic. Well, coming up next, as Jamie said earlier in the show, is Devin Conley of Devin Out West, horse and rider digital content producer as well. She's one of my coworkers here at Equine Network.
I'm kind of freaking out right now because Devin is on the phone and she just talked to me and it's her voice and I watch her all the time and oh my God, I'm so excited because I'm such a big fan. So, but if some of you out there, all horse chicks know who Devin is, but if you don't, we're going to play a video real quick. And this is the video where Devin is playing the role of 2 horses and they're talking to each other and they've just escaped from the pasture. So, take it away, video.
We did it. She left the gate open and we're free. We're free. Freedom. Feels good. Where should we go? What would you like to do? Feel good. There's a lot of grass over here. I was thinking we just go over here and just eat this grass. How about that? I don't know about that. I know that's what we talk about and what we want and what we push the fence over to get to, but I don't know about that. Now that we're out here, I think we could do better. Yeah, the neighbors have some flower beds. We could mess those up pretty big time. You want to do that? I don't know about that one either. I feel like that's kind of a waste of our time. I think we can think bigger. There's bigger and better things out there. What are they? Well, we could knock over all the grain bins, eat all that grain, mess around colic a little bit. I don't know. What do you think? I like that. I like that thought. No, I was thinking there's a very busy highway that direction, all asphalt, not a blade of grass in sight. And I was thinking, what if we just make a beeline for that highway? Just run out in the road. Just run out in the middle of the road. Just see what happens. Just ignore all this green grass, the fields of green grass. Head to the highway. highway calls. What? That makes sense to me. That makes a lot of sense to me. Let's go.
Yay, Devin! Thank you for joining us.
Oh, so happy to be here. That's it's hard to listen to your own voice though. Play back at you.
Oh, don't I know it? I was wondering if you were going to cringe listening to that, but yeah, I can't
Always.
listen to this podcast. So this is the only time we'll ever hear this. Is for me is just one time.
I feel you. Yeah.
So you make all this content about horses. Obviously, you are a tried and true horse girl because some of the stuff you come up with, only a 1,000,000% horse girl would understand all of this. So I think a couple times you've mentioned you live in Wyoming. Is that where in Wyoming are you?
Oh, kind of southeast Wyoming. I'm originally from Colorado and have kind of lived, a few different places. But Wyoming's always felt like
she's
home,
lived in the
so.
two most beautiful states in the country. That's what I heard.
Yes, but then you got to deal with winter.
I was going to say you've lived in two of the coldest places in the country. That's incredible. I love the video you did about Glenn. She's like, I would like to complain about the heat, but I'm not going to because where did you say, like Glenn lives in Florida. So what would you describe in that video? You described one typical place that people that live in hot climates live. Do you remember?
Oh, like living in a volcano.
Yes. Glenn, you live inside a volcano.
Feels like that today too.
Right. I bet.
So you are on the snowy tundra. Glenn lives in a volcano. So yeah, you can't complain about, I complain about heat. I'm in Oklahoma and he's like, oh really? Cause it was like 40 degrees hotter here today. Yeah. I get it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You got the humidity a little bit though.
Yeah. Everybody has their thing. We have tornadoes. It's fine. Whatever. So what is your horse story? What's your horse background?
Oh, well, I grew up in rodeo. My dad was a team roper, kind of roped professionally. And so kind of earliest memories are, like arena lights, watching dad rope. And then he started putting us in like junior rodeo, high school rodeo, college. And then from there, I showed ranch horses for a while. I grew up like running barrels and doing breakaway. And now I've got just a couple really, really nice, solid, like true ranch horses. And I just really enjoy the ranch work, the brandings, the ranch rodeos. That's kind of where I'm at and loving it.
I just went to my first ranch rodeo last week. It was unreal. I mean, I'm a vegetarian and so some of it was kind of tough, but some of it was hilarious. Watching cowboys try to push a cow into a trailer was pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie, but I'd never been to one of those, but yeah. So watching these videos, like you're very good at your facial. I mean, I've always wondered if you were trained in acting or something.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. I taught middle school for a very
that'll
long
do
time.
it.
Yep. So that explains anything.
Yeah.
I was a 7th and 8th grade history teacher for 9 years and loved it. And those kids, middle schoolers are awesome. They're, there's kind of like little odd critters, and you spend a lot of the day just making facial expressions of like, what did you say? Like, what did you do? Like, don't eat that eraser, like, so I feel like I developed a lot of my expressions in the classroom.
So the content, I mean, obviously we have to produce, we've done over 3,000 episodes of this show. So content for me is you're living your life and you're like, oh, mental note, I should probably do something about that. Is that kind of how you do it? Or do people send you ideas?
Yeah, it's all very off the cuff. I'm probably not like I don't own a ring light or anything like that. I'm probably not a very good like social media person. I'll just see I'm doing something, or I'll get this idea in my head, and I do everything just in like one take, usually unscripted, improv, and it's just. Yeah, it's just like real life, like we're all living the same lives.
Okay, wait a minute. She just said she's not very good at social media, Jamie, right? Didn't she just say that?
Yeah.
She has 400,000 followers on TikTok with 3.8 million likes. I think we're doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, we're doing all right.
Well, it's true though. Like I love that you just basically set the camera in front of yourself. And Glenn, one of the ones recently was she was driving out the driveway and she's like, "Cool, I'm just gonna run and check on the horses real quick. Wait, hold on. Are you limping? Wait, You're not limping." I was like, I identify with that because I have to drive past my horses when I go out the driveway, and I'm like, hold on, what are you doing? Did you roll? Are you shaking or did you not shake? What's going on? Like
that one we played of the horses getting loose. I died laughing because Jamie and I, how many horses have we covered running down highways? And you're absolutely right. There's grass right there, and they thought it was fun to try and kill themselves on the highway. It just made so much sense. When you came up with that last, I watched that whole video, and when you did that last, I was like, yep, she knows. She's got it.
And that's the fun part is like, I'm actually kind of a bit of an introvert, so social media is like a little hard for me sometimes. But the community
says the girl with 400,000 followers on TikTok.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The community of people that are on there are just the best, and like everybody's like, "Yep, this happened to me last week." Like the stories they tell, the comments always deliver.
Absolutely. Now it's funny. I was watching you, and I'd seen enough of your videos, and finally I was like, "Why has she not been on our podcast?" So I messaged our producer, and I'm like, "Get this girl on the show. Find her." I sent videos. I sent your links. I sent you about all the things. I'm like, find her and put her on the show. And she wrote me back 5 seconds later, and she's like, "She works for our company. You know that, right?" I was like, "What?" So what do you do for Horse Network?
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I work for Horse and Rider magazine. And I love it. It's fantastic. It's me and my boss, and we just, we do all the things over here at Horse and Rider. I'm kind of the digital content producer, so write a lot of articles for the website and kind of run our social media. And my boss is the head editor of the magazine, so get to do some fun print stuff. And it's a pretty awesome job, and I'm very grateful for it.
Well, here I was sending Ashley on I was like, "You have to find her. She's somewhere in Wyoming. Get her."
Just hide now.
Now, in Jamie's defense, there are 200 some employees now for Equine Network, so it's like there's a lot of us. So.
Well, I'm so excited. I feel like I already feel like we're best friends because all the things you do, I'm like, oh my God, she's been to my house. She's staring at me. She's watching me. She knows Zeus, like you just nail, and you nail me. Like every time I'm like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. Like that's exactly what I do.
Well, one, you're not an idiot, but like two, we're all just living the same lives, right?
Yep. No matter where in the world you are, what you're doing, we're all living the same lives because horses can, at some point they've got to stop trying to kill themselves. They've got to run out of ways to try to stop killing themselves.
They don't seem to, though. We've been doing this show for 14 years, and we still cover ways they've tried to kill themselves, and we go, really?
Yeah, they're creative little suckers.
Well, Devin, if anybody on here, because all the people that listen to this are horse people, so they all probably follow you already, but if they don't, tell everybody where to find you.
Oh, shoot. Well, I appreciate that. My handles on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram are Devin Out West. And, we're just out here living out west and trying to keep horses alive.
And it's Devin, Devin. So it's Devin, Devin out west. Devin, thanks for joining us. I know you have a meeting to get to because for some reason Equine Network insists you actually do work. So
technically you should clock in for this. Okay?
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Thanks, Devin. Talk to you soon.
The foundation of a horse's well-being is a strong hoof. That's why Calexiquin, the new daily hoof support supplement from the makers of Cosequin contain key ingredients such as biotin, amino acids, copper, and zinc. These key ingredients support hoof integrity, quality growth, strength, and durability. What sets Colexiquin apart from other hoof supplements is the inclusion of vitamin E and selenium, which provide antioxidant support and membrane stabilization. Put your best hoof forward with Colexiquin. To learn more, visit colexiquin.com. That's CALXEQUIN.com. And Glenn, you are 100% reading this ad next week.
You did it that one take. I'm impressed.
For first-time horse owners and new riders, finding the information and support you need can be challenging. That's why Equine Network has partnered with Sentinel and Absorbine to bring you My New Horse. From important horsekeeping information and how-to videos to social media communities, exclusive experiences, and more, My New Horse is your one-stop shop for riders of all levels and disciplines looking for easy-to-understand horse care information and guidance. Start your horse ownership journey today. Visit mynewhorse.com.
It's time for the weekly look at your equestrian first world problems. This ought to be good.
Yep, it's that time on Sundays. I will put up a post on the Auditor Facebook page. I'm too old for Instagram. I will put up a post on the Auditor Facebook page, and I'll tell hey, share with us your equestrian first world problems. And people do. And these are all of our auditors that are Patreon supporters of the network. And so if you want to participate in equestrian first world problems, you have to be an auditor. So Glenn, how do they do that?
Just go to horseradionetwork.com, scroll down in the middle of the page, and click on the Auditor banner, and you too can become part of the in-crowd.
Now, a hit of time in my life where I have to put on glasses, so give me a second. I have to read from my glasses. All right, so the first problem comes from Adrian, and she says, we rode 6.5 miles in 2 hours yesterday, and my mare was so well behaved and quiet that now people want to borrow her for their non-horsey partners.
No.
No. I think she said as much too. I would never do that. Shelly says, this is great. You'll love this, Glenn, because I loved it. Shelly says, my truck's muffler fell off on the way to the airport. But now I don't want to fix it because it actually sounds like a really meaty truck now.
Your neighbors want you to fix it.
I know. She said her husband says that she's going to get pulled over if you don't fix it. I want to know, did y'all stop on the freeway and pick up the muffler, or was that just a hazard for the roadway for the rest of the day? I don't know. I always wonder if people stop. Because I was a traffic reporter for like a million years, and I would have to do reports of mattresses in the roadway, washing machines, refrigerators, all the things. And people never came back and got them. And I always wondered if they got to where they were and they were like, where'd the fridge go? Like, where'd that go? Anyway, Carrie says, my horse is so perfect. Look, all y'all complaining about your perfect horses can just suck it. My horse is so perfect that I think he could get like an honorary therapist license. However, that also means that my friends all ask to ride him when they're having bad days, and there have been a lot of bad days recently. Melissa says, I have 4 horses. That should be enough of a first world problem, but it keeps going. Not one is sound enough to be ridden right now.
There you go.
And I appreciated that, but I really loved Carrie's response to that, which was, clearly you need to purchase a 5th and a 6th.
What were we just talking about with Devin?
Exactly. And then Carrie says, I took my Grand Prix dressage horse, to a cross-country schooling, and she really liked it. And I would love to event her. I'm not sure how she would feel about the small dressage arena because they have big fancy ones. And I'm not convinced I can get her to canter from the trot. Because fancy Grand Prix dressage horses only canter from the walk. And I am like, that's my life goal, is to get a horse trained enough where I can canter from the walk again. God, I miss that. I've been riding green beans for too long. Janelle says, I had an amazing lesson yesterday with a fantastic schoolmaster, but now I'm too sore to ride my own dang horse. Kathleen says, we hosted a family reunion on Saturday, complete with 3 pounds of carrots for people to feed the 2 horses, 2 minis, and 2 donkeys. And then all of them were very disappointed on Sunday when the buffet was not offered.
They're all in insulin shock, too.
I was going to say they've all probably walking a little stilted today. Tracy says, I had a wonderful week off work, and I was able to do more riding, and I ponied my filly on a trail ride with a friend, and now I'm packing to go horse camping next weekend. But my washing machine broke, and now I have to hand wash my riding clothes or go to a laundromat.
Thank God Jennifer's been doing the wash and going to the laundromat.
Has she?
Oh, God bless her.
Do
you know how expensive laundromats are now?
How much?
To do like 2 loads and dry them is like $15 now. It's crazy.
What?
It's crazy.
Oh my God, I never would have washed clothes in college ever because it was like a quarter.
It's nuts.
I barely ever had soap. Nicholas says, I'm at the Olympics having the time of my life. But it's the final day today, and I don't want it to end. And then she posted a beautiful selfie of herself, like, at the Olympics. Shut up, Nicola.
And her team won. She's from Great Britain, so she won.
Yeah, she had the time of her life. Of course she did. Allison says, I have 8 saddle pads, but I only really use one because it's my favorite. But now I need more of that one.
That true of clothing, of socks, of shirts, of jeans, of riding pants.
I am one who will buy many of one thing if I like it.
Oh, I do too. Now I do.
Yeah.
I think you learn that in life, though, because if you wait, it's going to be gone. You'll never find it again.
It'll be gone. Yeah. If I buy some at Costco and I like it, I go back and I buy all of them.
Yep, and me too.
You should ask Caitlin how many jars of spaghetti sauce are in my garage because Costco only sells this spaghetti sauce during the summer and then they take it away for all winter. So I have to stock up for the winter like a crazy person. Summer says, I was supposed to get a free horse, but then a temporary free horse had a sudden greater need. So then I got her and she's awesome. But then she turned out to be permanently mine, which was like a dream come true. But now I need to rehome the first free horse because I don't have room for more horses, even if they're free.
Horses are never free.
Let's see. This Kelly says the schoolmaster I have just been riding for 3 months to get me in shape to ride my young horse is leaving and moving the way. So now I actually have to start my young horse so I can keep up the muscle memory that I built up to be able to ride my young horse.
These are really first world problems.
I mean, oh my God, lots of schoolmasters today. And then second to last, Margaret. My friend and I wanted to ride up. This is awesome. You'll love this, Glenn. My friend and I wanted to ride up in the upper arena at our barn because it was like a beautiful day and the views up there are like totally gorgeous. But just as we were getting ready to go, one of the farmhands came down and said, don't go up that way because there's a bear in the arena. So we ended up having to ride in the indoor arena on a beautiful day. Oh my God, bears. Where do you live, Margaret? Jeez.
I wanted them to go ride in the bear arena because that would have been a better story, I think.
That would have been a much better story, Margaret. Get it together. Yeah, I mean, if you're... We've talked, Devin, we're producing content daily. Yes. Okay. Could you please help us out? So finally, we are going to have, I think this is the first ever live equestrian first world problem. I don't know what it is. I'm going to bring in Caitlin. She said she had one. And I was like, you didn't post it. She's like, well, I don't know if I should. And I was like, how about this? Just read it live.
And Caitlin's Charly's mom.
Charly's mom, the newly minted owner of Taco Tuesday. And Charly did not write the check. Caitlin did. Hold on. Here she is. Here, you put on the headphones so you hear Glenn. Okay.
Am I guessing this first world problem involves your checkbook?
No, it does not.
Okay.
No, the first world problem is that we're leaving today and Taco doesn't fit on the trailer with us or on the plane with us.
Oh, he'd probably go though. He'd probably try.
He probably would, but he won't fit.
You mean your poor daughter's going to have to wait a while?
Yeah.
She's going to have a meltdown and die.
No, she's going to go try to convince me to take her to the tack store down the road from my work and go buy more things for this pony.
Is this now? Did she own a pony before, or has she just been taking lessons?
No. This will be her second pony to own, but we leased in between.
And
owning.
Is this bigger than her first pony?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
by like a hand and a half.
I gotta tell you, the pictures were so cute and adorable. I mean, the pictures and videos.
Yeah, she's having a blast with him.
This was not. Now, be honest though. Are you really having fun with Jamie, or are you ready to get out of there?
No, we're having a good time.
Okay, all right, just checking. No, she looks like she's been having a blast. It looks like it was a match made in heaven.
I really think it was.
Well, good. I'm glad. I'm so glad, because it would have been a much different flight home if it hadn't been. So,
yes, it would have been.
So good for you, Mom.
Thanks.
You were happy to write that check.
I was.
All right, thanks. Well, congratulations
thanks.
too.
Uh-huh.
That's funny.
Now, hearing that, I realized she could probably get some sort of like emotional support animal for the airplane, and you could take Taco and put him in the aisle.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be fun. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah.
I am
Bring
very
him on
excited
the
for
airport.
them, though. Very excited.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited too. It's going to be
she
great.
said good things about you. I gave her a chance to throw you under the bus, and she didn't. So
I realize you constantly get people on the air to try to pick on me, and so far my friends have remained loyal.
14 years I've been trying. One of them's going to give you up one of these times.
To be fair, I think Chad did.
Yeah, Chad has on occasion, yes.
Yeah. But my friends, no. They are loyal because I'm pretty perfect. So
all right, everybody, hang on. If you're an auditor for a post show tomorrow, we're going to have Chi University is here talking about some alternative medicine for your horses. Jamie and I'll be back on Wednesday and Friday. Mary Kitzmiller will be here on Thursday, so we have a full week of programming for you. And I'm so glad that everything worked out. I know you have to get to the airport. We're going to do a quick post show because I have a favor to ask of the auditors, so we'll get to that in just a second. But otherwise, yay for Taco finding his human. Yay, that's perfect.
Spay neuter geld. And the spay appointment was made for Winks. So 2 more weeks.
Chop, chop.
Blech.